Hello, everybody. Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 38. Yay.
Welcome.
Welcome. We are in the middle of a 3-day blizzard. Well, at the tail end, I guess. The sun came out, the wind's going down, so we had our spring blizzard. Hopefully, the only one.
Yeah, you gotta have at least one of those in North Dakota. Very important.
Always, yeah. Makes us appreciate spring even more.
Yes,
Um,
100%.
yeah. So today we thought we would talk about or ask the question of yourself and ourselves. um, am I vibrationally aligned with my desires? And just talk about what that means and how we can get more aligned by paying attention to our emotions with what we desire and really focusing in like we did with the focus wheel a couple weeks ago. Using our focus to decide what we really want. That's the most important thing, I think, because if we don't have a desire in mind, we never get anywhere, really. We're just bumping around in the wind, right?
Yeah, focus is incredibly important, and
Yeah.
um, deciding where you want to put your focus so that you create, you know, more emotion forward towards what you're wanting is really important. And figuring out, using your guidance system, am I aligned with what I want, or am I out of alignment with what I want? And getting yourself back in there with your focus. And so
Yeah.
we're going to talk more about some vibrational relativity and energy stuff. And then we're going to talk also about a little bit more about what Abraham would call the art of allowing.
Yeah.
And finding vibrational alignment with those things that you desire. So it's going to be a good time. We're
Yeah.
going to go through quite a bit of information, but I think you're going to find it really useful. I know that we do. So let's get started.
Yep. So we're kind of exploring the book, The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent right now. Excuse me, I have a tickle. And this is of course, another really good book by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Another favorite to have in your arsenal or your library.
Important to have a lot of useful information and tips and tools to help you as you're going through your journey, because every bit of information that you pick up has nuggets in it that are going to be helpful for you going forward. And some things will really feel good to you in the moment, and some things will feel like you kind of put them to the side. But every time you read one of these books, or every time you pick up a new piece of information, you get something new out of it. And it's always there to help you in different times of your life and your journey. So it's kind of cool to have those things for reference and to help you as you're going. I know this book has been one, every time I pick it up, I get something new out of it. So
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'm glad you had looked at this one because I haven't visited this book for a while. So it's always nice to refresh on this information and get you going again. So do you want to read a little bit first or?
yeah, I think we're gonna go into the book a little bit, and then we'll elaborate as we go, like we always do.
Yeah.
Um, so I am in chapter 11, and I'm on page 39. If you have the book, if you don't have the book, that's okay. You can just follow along, and then we'll kind of go along here. So this chapter is entitled "Vibrational Reality and Energy Balance." The vibrational relationship between you and your source is the basis of your emotional guidance system. And we've talked about that in previous podcasts, if you're wondering what that means. Your guidance system, like all guidance, is based upon something in relationship to something else. Consider the GPS navigational system in your vehicle. While it does have the facility to pinpoint your precise location, it is of no value to you in terms of guidance until you enter or program in your desired destination. But once the navigational system has that information, it can begin to calculate a proposed route from where you currently are to where you want to go. In the same way, the relationship between your current and desired body weight is the basis of the emotional guidance system guidance you receive. The relationship between your current financial situation and the amount of cash you would like to have in your bank account is the basis of the emotional guidance that you receive. The relationship between where you are and where you want to be is the basis of your personal guidance system. Even without an electrical navigation system, you understand the relativity between where you are and where you want to be. And without that information, you could not proceed with any clarity upon your journey. You would just be moving from place to place.
Yeah, kind of like in the wind, bobbing around.
Yes. Like you said, you're just flitting in the wind and allowing things to happen to you rather than moving in a certain direction of the things that you want. And so this is where focus becomes really important, is because if you have no idea where you want to be, even in a general sense,
Yeah,
then your guidance system has nowhere to lead you to. And
right.
so that's why focus is really important. It's about knowing what you want, even in a general sense, even knowing, well, I would like to be happier in my life. I'd like to enjoy more things in life. Even that general sense can get you moving towards more of those things that you want. And you can sift and sort and decide on more desires as you go.
Yep. Having your intentions every day, even, wake up and set your intent for the day, and it'll help your day go a lot smoother and you'll be a lot happier with and know what you're gonna do for the day instead of just, oh, where am I at? What am I doing? Flying around. Yeah,
Yeah,
intent is so important.
really is. Really is. So now on page 40, vibrational relativity exists in every possible subject. Those of great importance, those of lesser importance, and those that come up many times in every day, and those that you think about only occasionally. Helpful and precise guidance is readily available to you regarding all things, for there is no subject in your life in which vibrational relativity is missing. The best path to your intended destinations? Question mark. If you have ever utilized an electronic navigational system in your vehicle, you have surely had the experience of programming an intended destination and then, for some reason, deviating from the route. Something along the way may have attracted your attention, so you made an unscheduled turn along your route. Immediately, your navigational system begins signaling you that you are off your course. You can explain your reasons for departing from your route, but your navigational system will simply continue to tell you that you have deviated from your intended route because, as far as your guidance system is concerned, you are off your path. Of course, you could reprogram the system because of your new decision, and your guidance system would then regroup and make a new plan. But as long as you are holding a specific intention of where you want to go, but are moving in a different direction from that intention, warning bells will ring. Now you might say, but Abraham, surely there is more than one path that will lead to my desired destination. And we agree with you. There are many paths, many satisfying paths, paths that are satisfying for different reasons, which will lead you to your desired destination. In fact, the joy of life is really in the journey. However, your vehicle's navigational system is considering the information within its unique system. It has determined where you are, and contained within its information system are many possible routes or paths. So, considering all of those factors, your navigational system gives you the best route that it can conclude. In other words, it cannot make decisions or give guidance outside of the information contained in its system.
Hmm.
You have a personal emotional guidance system. Your personal emotional guidance system operates in a similar way to an electronic navigation guidance system. You cannot receive guidance outside of the routes or beliefs contained within your system. Your emotional guidance system of relativity is based only upon your active vibrations or beliefs and their relationship with your desired destination. Remember, a belief is really only a thought that you keep thinking. Your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational relationship of the active vibrations within you. And we have talked about this. We talked about this pretty extensively in one of our previous podcasts. So check that one out if you're interested in learning more about how to use your emotional guidance system.
Yeah.
You have come forth into this physical body as an extension of source energy, and the vibration of your source is always an active vibration within you. As you explore the variety and contrast of your own life experience, natural preferences relating to the way you would like things to be are vibrationally emitted from you in the form of vibrational signals, similar to electronic signals. You are literally beaming these signals forward into your future experience. Whenever a preference or desire is born within you as a result of something that you are living, that vibrational signal shoots forth like a rocket of desire and begins amassing power and clarity in your vibrational future, in what we lovingly refer to as your vibrational escrow. It is held there expressly for you. No one else can swoop in and take it, depriving you of your own creation. It remains there, pulsing, gaining power, momentum, and clarification as you continue to amend your desires through processing more contrasting experiences. The contrast in which you are focused provides a wonderful basis for the launching of your unique desires. For whenever you are experiencing something that you do not want, you always understand more clearly what it is that you do want.
Your inner source immediately joins your every desire. As you are focused here in this time-space reality, viewing life from your unique perspective, you increasingly emit new signals for the improvement of your own life experience. In the moment your rockets of desire emanate from you, source energy becomes one of those desires. In fact, that is precisely the reason that we continue to unequivocally state to you that when you ask, it is always given. For source energy acknowledges your desire, agrees with your desire, knows your desire, and flows with your desire. The power of your source immediately becomes one with your desire. And now the vibrational relativity between your newly launched desire, which has been joined by the source, the energy of source, and your current habitual thoughts or beliefs upon the same subject become apparent. You can literally feel the agreement or lack thereof between the frequencies of these energies. If you collect your bills from your mailbox and realize that you did not have enough money to pay all of them, a desire for money would shoot out from you into the vibrational future. And in the moment of that launching, source energy would flow with your rocket of desire. But if you continue to agonize over the lack of money in your bank account to pay for those bills, your vibration would be very different from that of your desire. And so the emotion of worry or fear would be your indication of your vibrational discord. And it's cool to think about that, when you get your mail and there's bills in there and you think, oh, okay, I can handle these. And if you don't right away go into that mode, oh, I wonder how much the electric bill is this month. If you automatically think that, it's going to be more of a struggle. But if you know, oh, I'm so thankful that I had electricity all month when it was cold or whatever it is, if you stay in the mode of appreciation and gratitude for what those bills are paying for, what they are, it helps to stay in that manifesting mode along with it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If someone you love has treated you badly, a rocket of desire to be treated with more respect would shoot from you, and your source would agree with and respond to your request. Your source literally forms a vibrational bond with your request or desire, and your request is immediately granted. Source flows with your desire and sees it as you have questioned that it be. It requested that it be. But if you continue to remember or focus upon the hurtful experience, you hold yourself vibrationally apart from your own request. Excuse me. There is vibrational discord between the vibration of your desire and the vibration of what you are offering as you focus upon your mistreatment. If the vibration of what is the dominant vibration within you regarding the subject, sorry, hang on.
I can finish this part if you want. Okay. If the vibration of what is the dominant vibration within you regarding the subject of your relationship, then your relationship cannot improve. And the emotional pain that you feel is your indication that the vibrational relativity between where you are right now and what you desire must be improved. You must find a way of offering a vibration that matches that of your desire and of your source if you are to allow yourself to receive the benefit of your own request. And when they're talking about vibrational alignment, when we're talking about our emotional guidance system, we're talking about um, when you're thinking about the thing that's going on, does it feel good to you or does it not feel good to you? Are you on the receiving side of it or are you on the lack side of things?
Right.
And as well, paying attention to how does that make you feel? And when you were talking about the bills and when they're talking about the bills here, if you feel good about, yes, I'm so glad that I have electricity and I can pay this bill, and that feels really good to me that I have enough money to do that.
Right.
I really love that I have heat in my house and it feels so good to be warm. And I love having lights at night and just being able to flip a switch is really fun and I don't have to light candles anymore and things like that and having that feeling of abundance. I have an abundance of electricity that I can use every month. And whether you can pay it or not pay it doesn't really matter as much as how you feel about it.
Right.
Because there are always ways to figure things out. There's always a way. But the easiest way for you to get to that solution is to be in the vibration of the solution, which is abundance, which is that feeling of feeling good, which is that feeling of, yes, I'm so glad that I have this, that feeling of appreciation and gratitude. And that's the way that you can meet that solution, whether it is your income increasing or it is finding out there's a benefit out there that can help you as you're moving forward to pay that bigger bill that just popped up on you, or there are infinite number of solutions, but are you allowing yourself to be in a vibrational match to that solution and of abundance, or are you holding yourself away from that in lack? And that doesn't usually, it never feels good to you.
Right.
That's where your emotional guidance system is telling you, this doesn't feel good. This is not how I'm viewing the situation. Come meet me over here. This is how I am viewing the situation. And I want you to meet me here vibrationally so I can bring you to those solutions that I see that you don't yet.
Right. Yeah. I love that. There's always, like you said, a bunch of solutions out there. We just have to line up with the right one. And if we stay in that appreciation and gratitude mode, we're going to find the right one. And it
Absolutely.
doesn't have to be hard, we don't have to struggle through it. Because,
Absolutely. 100%.
yeah, and we've learned already when you struggle through it and get negative about it, it makes it worse. It makes it harder. So, yeah.
Right. You can
So,
gather all sorts of things to yourself that don't feel good, and one thing after another happens.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
you can choose a different path. And I know both of us have had that experience
yeah,
one way and the other.
yeah,
And I have to say for myself that once I started to really figure this out for myself and what that feels like and how to follow my own guidance system, I'm never going back.
right. Yeah, yeah. When we find the easier way, it's harder to go back.
Well,
To
there's no reason to go back because who wants to be miserable? No
right.
one.
Yeah, and you catch yourself right away when you notice going down the wrong path.
Once you start to get a more even keel vibrationally, you'll notice when you start to slide. And
Mhm.
that's when it's an important time to catch yourself and go, oh, do I really want to be there? No.
Right. Yeah. No,
No.
no.
Go the other way.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
All right. So I love that. And we're going to kind of continue this and move forward in a little bit deeper level, going into chapter 21 here as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll continue to elaborate and give examples. And I really love that chapter 11 because it gives such a clear um, example of what they're talking about when they talk about a GPS system.
Yeah.
Well, a GPS can't tell you where to go or guide you if you don't give it a place to go. And
That,
that's why intention is so important. And we always talk about setting intentions. A lot of people say set goals. Well, for us, it's not really goals because there's no end game. You
yeah.
set an intention and then you have another intention and another intention and another intention. There's things that you want to achieve along the way, but the journey is really the beauty of it. So you set an intention and allow yourself to move toward it. It's really the fun of life, I think.
Yeah. It is. And it's like, it's so true when you think of it as your navigational system in your car, it'll tell you, no, take a U-turn, get back on path, get back on track, it'll keep telling you until you have gone back to where you're supposed to be.
And it
So,
doesn't feel good to get all those dings and say,
no,
turn around, make a left turn here, turn around,
yeah,
make a U-turn. And it'll just keep nagging at you and nagging at you and nagging at you. And that doesn't feel very good. It
yeah,
tells you you're off path. But your emotional guidance system does the same thing.
it
Well,
does.
this feels worse and worse because I'm floating further and further and further away from what I've intended to go toward.
Yeah,
And so that's what's really beautiful about it is you will get constant reminders. And if things aren't feeling very good to you, you might want to pay attention to that.
yeah,
In what way are they not feeling good? What things aren't feeling good? What, it's just really important to pay attention to. And the more you pay attention, the more you'll start to understand those signals that you're getting sent and what they relate to
yeah,
as well. It's really not that hard because does it feel good? Does it feel bad? It's a
yeah,
very basic level.
yeah. And your body will tell you, your body, you can feel it in your body. If you're on the right path, if you're going towards what feels good, your body's going to feel good. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel excited to move forward. If you're not going down the right path, you're going to feel heavy. You're going to feel your body's going to shut, be closed off instead of excited. It's going to feel like you're going through the mud to get there. So pay
Right.
attention to how you feel and what your emotions, what's coming out of your mouth, where are you going? Right.
What are you saying in this
Yeah.
moment? And does that sound good to you if somebody was saying it to you or if you were saying it to yourself? If
Mhm.
it doesn't, then it's out of vibrational alignment. You might want to think about pivoting to something that's a little bit better.
And when it's coming from source energy, it will never beat you up or say, it will never be bad thoughts or negative thoughts to you. Only good thoughts.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm thinking we'll move on to chapter 21 and just continue.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on page 85 of this book, and it's entitled Finding Vibrational Alignment with Your Inner Being. And I love that title. Okay.
Yeah.
It is of great value to have continual awareness of the vibrational relativity between your current point of focus and the point of focus of your inner being. If you will remember that the attention of your inner being is upon the outcome that you desire, and then if you will try to find vibrational alignment with your inner being, you will then find vibrational alignment with your desired outcome.
Mm.
There are many valuable and good feeling reasons to try to align with your inner being source, who you really are. That non physical part of you is the sum of all that you have become and is therefore extremely wise. Secondly, that non physical part of you is source energy and is therefore the vibrational equivalent to love and well being. And thirdly, that vibration of your inner being is pure positive energy, resistance free by your standards, and is therefore extremely powerful and effective. So when you make the effort to come into closer vibrational alignment with that non physical part of yourself, you open yourself to that wisdom, love, well being, and power. When you are in alignment with your source, you experience the clarity, vitality, enthusiasm, passion, and well being that is natural to you.
Yeah,
So, am I allowing or resisting my well being? It's a good question to ask yourself.
it really is.
Mhm. We refer we refer to your vibrational alignment with your source as allowing. We refer to your vibrational misalignment with your source as less allowing. The more out of alignment you become and the less you allow your connection to your source, the more you become in a state of vibrational resistance. Resistance to thriving, resistance to wellness, resistance to clarity, resistance to abundance, and resistance to your personal well being. Sensitivity to your emotions will help you to become aware of just how much allowing or resisting you are doing in any moment in time. The better you feel, the more you are allowing your connection to your source. The worse you feel, the less you are allowing your connection to source. And this is true about, like we just talked about. Are you in vibrational alignment with where you want to be and you're moving towards that? Or are you holding yourself away from that in resistance to those things that you're wanting and you're off of that so called path that your guidance system has set for you that is the most joyful, fun, and easiest path to those things that you've asked for? And so this is just kind of going deeper into, well, since your inner being, that soul part of yourself that's always connected to the source that all that is, the creator, God, whatever word you use for the higher power, is always holding itself in vibrational alignment to your desires, to the outcomes that you have asked for. And so when you feel good, you're in alignment with that. When you feel bad, you're out of alignment with that. In the very simplest sense, of course, there are grayer areas,
right.
but it's really about paying attention to, and am I in alignment with that path that I've set for myself and my intentions, or am I out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can always get yourself back in, but you have to pay attention. Where am I at in this moment? How do I feel in this moment? And is it where I want to be going, or is it not? And
Right.
it's something really to consider.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll feel, you're not in alignment, but you need to recognize that too, and not just, okay, no, I'm just gonna keep going. And if it doesn't feel good, then there's something you need to let go of or, realign with to get you going again on a good path or on that easier flow. And just acknowledging that and thinking about, okay, why am I not feeling so good right now? What's keeping me back? Well, I'm scared of something new. I'm scared to do something new or scared to get out of my comfort zone. Well, then just uh, know that it's going to be better on the other side. It's always better on the other side of fear. And you're going to be more on that path again. You're going to get aligned up again. Once you just acknowledge that and say, okay, that's just my monkey mind keeping me safe. I can tell it, soothe it, and tell it, okay, it's okay. I'm going for my desire. I'm going in the path that I'm meant to be going on. So there's always ways to work around that negative voice that comes up in your head, but you always should acknowledge it and, you know, tell it to be quiet. You know what you want, right?
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's always important to acknowledge, because it's important to acknowledge how you're feeling. It's important to acknowledge what your mind is saying to you, because
Yeah,
your mind is always trying to help you. Your mind is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's just sometimes it has beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. And so to be able to soothe your mind and say, okay, I understand what you're saying, but we're going forward towards this and it's going to be even more wonderful.
yeah,
What a cool thing to be able to work with your mind. And then your mind can help you to
yeah,
come up with solutions and ideas and things towards your goals.
yeah,
It's important to work with your mind and, shut it down in a way that makes it work with you.
yeah, exactly. We don't
Yes.
have to be brutal about it. Mm,
No.
no,
It's our own mind. It's a beautiful thing. And we should love and appreciate it, but also let it know when it's off course.
yeah, yeah. Am I
Mm.
allowing or resisting my well-being? We refer to your vibrational alignment with your source as allowing. We refer to your vibrational misalignment with your source as less allowing. The more out of alignment you become and the less you allow your connections to your source, the more you become in a state of vibrational resistance. Resistance to thriving. Did we read this part already?
I
Thrive.
did, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
But it doesn't hurt to hear it again, you know?
I guess we needed to hear that part. And I'll just finish this sentence because it is important.
Mhm.
Connection to your source, the more you become in a state of vibrational resistance. Resistance to thriving, resistance to wellness, resistance to clarity, resistance to abundance, and resistance to your personal well-being. Sensitivity to your emotions will help you to be aware of just how much allowing or resisting you are doing in any moment of time. The better you feel, the more you are allowing your connection to your source. The worse you feel, the less you are allowing to your connection to your source. So it's really simple if we just pay attention to our emotions. And we'll keep drilling you on that one. Right.
It's important. It's one of the most important pieces that we'll ever impart
It
on
really
anyone.
is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
okay, your most important decision to make. When you decide to make your awareness of the vibrational relativity between you and your source of extreme importance, you will have made the most important decision that you could ever make. For you have now consciously activated your own personal guidance system, and you will never be lost again. When you understand your emotions and what they mean, and so are able to deliberately improve the way you feel through the deliberate choosing of increasingly better feeling thoughts, there will be no intent that you cannot easily accomplish. All things that you desire will flow quickly and easily into your experience. Now, as new intentions continue to be born within you, your belief in your ability to accomplish them will grow as well. You will begin to feel free, invincible, eager, and joyful. You will feel as your inner being feels, enjoying the contrast that produces the desire that summons the energy that creates worlds, riding the wave of this fast-moving current out here in this on this leading edge of creation. I love how she puts that. We're
Mhm.
just riding that wave. In simple terms, the vibrational relationship between you and your inner being translates into the difference between emotions that feel good and emotions that feel bad. Emotions that feel good indicate alignment with or allowing of your source, while emotions that feel bad indicate misalignment with or resistance to the energy of your source. Do you want to take
I
over?
think,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take over. But I think one thing that I really love about this is to realize that there are no bad or good emotions. But there are emotions that feel good or don't feel good. But all of your emotions are good because they all tell you where you're at vibrationally.
Yeah.
And so they're all of value. And to just know that I'm feeling this way, if you're feeling bad, I'm feeling this way because I'm holding myself out of vibrational alignment with my own desires and where my inner being is calling me to. Well, that tells you that I have a way to get there if I start following my guidance. And if I start to feel better and better and better, that'll get me in alignment with what I want. And there are always ways to do that. And we try to give you as many tools as possible to get there as well.
Yeah.
So if you stick with us, it'll help you a lot along your way. I can tell you that from my personal experience.
Yeah. Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know. All right. So we're going to move on to the next section. It says freedom or lack of such is perceptual. When you consider the extent of emotions that range from the good feeling ones, such as joy, love, and appreciation, all the way down to depression, despair, fear, and grief, can you feel how empowering those good feeling emotions are and how disempowering those bad feelings emotions are? Can you not sense the feeling of freedom on one end of the scale and the lack of freedom on the other? The good feeling end of the emotional guidance scale matches the vibration of perceived freedom. The bad feeling end of the emotional guidance scale matches the vibration of perceived lack of freedom. Freedom or lack of freedom is truly perceptual because, whether you understand it or not, you are absolutely free, for no one can get inside of you and offer your vibration for you. It is only your own vibrational offering that affects your personal life experience. And so it is of tremendous value for you to acknowledge from your own point of view the feeling of absolute freedom or empowerment that some emotions signal, and the feelings of utter bondage or disempowerment that are pointed out by others. Your inner being or source understands that you are free under all conditions to create what you desire. But when you perceive that you are not free, those negative emotions, which ensue from depression, despair, or fear, point out your misalignment. Your inner being or source understands that you are free under all conditions to create what you desire. So when you perceive that you are free, you feel those confirming, matching, aligning feelings of positive emotion that indicate your alignment with your source. Now, when you conclude that nothing is more important than that you feel good, you have come to the most important realization of all. For you have now decided to deliberately manage the vibrational relationship between you and your source. You have decided to use the guidance system that you were born with to monitor and control the vibrational relativity between your current focus and the subsequent vibration and that of your inner being. You have decided to tend to your connection with your source. You have decided to thrive rather than pinch off your connection. You have chosen clarity, vitality, eagerness, abundance of all things you desire to be good, and joy.
Mm. Yeah, really good. And really that's all that matters, is that you have joy and happiness, right?
Mhm.
So good. Seek it
Yeah,
out.
the things that we desire, we want them because we feel like they'll help us feel even better, and that we'll have joy in the having of them, and they'll make life easier for us, and that will increase our enjoyment of it. And so our desires are there for a reason. And if you desire that and you're on your way to that, then you know you're on your way to more joy as well.
Yeah.
And really, it is a choice to deliberately focus, because being able to focus yourself in a positive way and in a way that helps you to feel better and better every day is a choice. It really is, because no matter what's going on around you, you can choose one or you can choose the other. And it really takes deliberate focus. If things are
Mhm.
currently not the way that you prefer them to focus on what it is that you do want in the midst of the things that you don't want.
Yeah.
But it's really important, in order to be able to get there, that you are practicing that deliberate focus every day, and that you are choosing to do that. It is your choice. Your thought and your vibration is your choice. The things that are going on around you may or may not be, but the things that you're moving toward are. And so it's up to you if you want to move toward them, away from them, or sideline the whole way. Nobody wants to sideline the whole way and just see it within reach and never grab it. That's
Right.
no fun. Have
Right.
more fun in life and go and grab it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way you said that. Yeah. We have to do the things to get there, and we have to keep that end intention in mind so that we are focusing on that and not straying away and not just running down the sideline like you said.
Yeah.
We can't just think about it and expect it to be there. We have to do the things to get there that we know we need to do.
Right. And it doesn't take a lot, but it does take effort.
Yeah.
It does take effort. So it doesn't take a lot to think a thought, but it takes effort to decide what thoughts you want to continue to think,
Right.
and to think those, and to decide that if you start falling down the other way, which we all do, it's natural to think negative thoughts now and then, but to allow your focus to be more on the positive side, that is a practice.
Yeah.
But it's a practice that is worth doing,
For
because it
sure.
makes a huge difference in your
Yeah.
life in all the ways.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And the journey is the fun part, really. getting there is the fun part. You learn so much along the way, and you figure out and dial in more on your focused intent on what you really, really want by the time you get there. And it makes it so sweet when you get it, when you're at that end result. And then there's always more. We keep moving forward in our life, and it's so fun to be on the journey and in the journey rather than sitting watching somebody else get theirs. That we can do it all together.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that I really like that they say in here is that no one can take what's yours, and there's always more.
Yeah,
There's always enough available for everyone. So you having what you desire is not taking from anybody else, and
right.
somebody else having what they desire is not taking from you. There's always something for you. You are constantly creating. There's always more. And so just to remember that of have joy in the getting, have joy in other people and their accomplishments as well. Because when you're seeing other people enjoy their accomplishments and you're like, oh, I would like that too. I'm so happy for them. I'll be happy for me when I get it too. And we can all rejoice together in the things that we're getting and we're enjoying, and the further enjoyment of our lives, as and improving our relationships with each other. Because if you're jealous of somebody, that hurts the relationship. But if you're joyful and their accomplishments, and
Yeah,
then you guys can rejoice in your accomplishments together, that's a much more positive relationship, and that takes focus as well. I think a lot of us kind of struggle with, if you're in the lack, feeling a little bit of jealousy with people that are achieving, but it's a lot more fun to enjoy achievements together than it is to feel the lack of your own achievement through watching somebody else. It's kind of like, well, you know what? I'm on my way there too, and I can feel it, and I can feel that joy in my journey, and we're gonna all have fun together,
yeah,
enjoying my achievement too, while I enjoy this achievement with them. And so keep that in mind as well. Of
yeah,
there's always more, there's always enough, and there is your stuff that is just for you that you've already co-created. So let yourself get there.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And when you hit a road bump, we don't have to dwell on it or make it a big deal. Just keep moving forward. You're going to get there. It's always, being that consistency and keep going and keeping that intent or that dream that you have or goal, whatever you want to call it, keep it in the forefront of your mind, and energy is going to come to you. Source energy is going to send you steps to get there. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
I
good.
love it. I love it. Well, I feel like we shared some really good tidbits today. If you
Yeah.
guys have any questions or things that you want to learn about, please let us know in the comments, or message us if you'd like to, because we'd love to share with you whatever you're interested in as well.
Mhm.
Tracy, where can people find you if they want to message you specifically?
I am at inspiredsignals.com. You can go there, or I'm on Facebook at Inspired Signals and Instagram at Inspired Signals, or Inspired Signals Studio if you like artsy fartsy stuff. That's where I'll be too. Mm. How about you, Carissa? Where are you at?
Well, I am on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing, and then I am also on Square. I have a Square site that is light-of-hope-healing.square.site.
Awesome. So that wraps it up for another week of Soul Space Podcast. We'll see you again next week. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.